This is, though it's a mathematics based, but if you check the books or even in the advanced exam, no, they're given priority for this math based concept. No, I'll connect a cell. So this is the radius A. This is the material of conductor. It's a thick cylindrical shell. Now I'm going to connect a cell between the inner and outer surface of the cylinder. Then I'm asking you, what is the thermal, what is the electrical resistance of this particular cylinder to the flow of charge here? So let L be the length of the conductor, let rho be the resistivity. A battery is connected. Now where the battery is connected between the inner and outer surface of this one. So what is this? This is a thick cylinder and a cell is connected across inner thick cylindrical shell. And a cell is connected across inner and outer surface. Find the resistance. You have to calculate the resistance. Okay, first of all, whenever you get a problems of this kind, what you should do, you should focus more on first to open the current density. Don't use any other method, because any numerical, if they ask you, no, you must have a basic idea of the current density of the material. So current density. So you know current density is a vector quantity. How do the current density will be there? Means how the charge will flow. Charge will flow radially outward. The flow of charge I'm indicating by this one. This will be the flow of charge. Or nothing but it is a current density, that one. The current density will be in this direction. There's a G. So it will flow radially outward, no? So if you show that, this one, if you see the cross-sectional view, no? It's not again a sphere, cross-sectional view it is. Say calculations are very easy. A student has to just follow the basic rule. Whatever the type of question, I think maximum you can manage. Only if it is some three-dimensional or some based on something like polar coordinates, you may struggle. The most of the things, just you have to apply line integral and you can manage here. How the current will flow? The current will flow radially outward. The current will flow radially outward here. So this will be the A. The current will flow here radially outward. This is positive, negative, put it. I'm not showing the cell. This will be the direction of J, no? Tell me what you should do now. You should assume here a thin cylindrical shell, no? A thin cylindrical shell, you are going to assume it. I'm going to assume a thin cylindrical shell. Here, the cylindrical shell, I can show it here like this. Since colors are possible, that's why I'm just taking help of that one. So what is this assumption now? Thin cylindrical sheet. Thin cylindrical shell, you call it. First, we'll define the resistance. Is it justified? Why to assume cylindrical sheet? Because how the current density should be the normal to the, so it will flow radially outward. Then how the elemental surface should be, and the elemental surface should be assumed in such a way that the J bar should be directed normal to the elemental surface, what you assume. This is the elemental surface. Okay, now write down the expression for that. What is dr is equal to? Dr is equal to resistivity of material is rho. Okay, we know rho. What is the thickness? Let this be r. Thickness of this be dr. Rho L, no? So the thickness it will see is dr. Then what is the surface area? The surface area directed normal to the current density. That should be called as surface area. So what is the surface area of cylindrical sheet? It should be equal to, the radius should be r. This is the axis. So then 2 pi r into L. So rho 2 pi L you take outside dr and r. If I integrate this, r equal to rho 2 pi L dr by r. What should be the limit? Should be from A to B. Rho B by rho 2 pi L log of B by A. This will be the resistance of this particular thing. And now I connected a cell. So how much of current will flow here? Current will flowing, it will be I. Then expression for I should be equal to E by rho 2 pi L log of B by A. Any good questions can be asked here. Now this will become 2 pi L applied EMF rho log B by, keep it here. I want now expression for current density. I can ask you several questions here. So let me give some points. 1 and 2. So in books, they just ended up here, but there are several questions can be asked. First, I want expression for current density. So tell me what is the expression for current density? J is equal to, what is the current flowing I? What is the surface area? 2 pi RL. And what is the expression for I? We have already here. So let me write it. 2 pi L R rho log of B by A. So 2 pi L get cancelled. So E by R log of B by A. This will be more troublesome. The questions will be of like this. Find the expression for current density at a distance R from the axis. It is like this. They'll ask you the graph, how the J will vary with R. Rectangular hyperbola. Of course, R should not be 0, no? Because the material itself is present from A to B. And then what about this speed at 192? Try to see the diagram. This speed at 192. Whose help I should take to get the this speed? J equal to eta Q VD, no? Look at the current density as it moves.
Sir, rho is also there, sir. in the denominator.
Here, rho. I think I missed it. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, this much is there. Now look at this one. This speed at 192. Can you say anything about the disk speed? So directly I'll take help of current density. So current density at 2 will be less compared to 1. Disk speed at 2 will be less than that at 1. J2 less than J1. You must take help of the basics here. Huh? So these are very important. I'm stressing you. Definitely the process will try to stress on these things. In books, we will just stop here only. Yeah? The equation will stop here only. Regarding current density, I'll ask you now potential difference between 1 and 2. So how to calculate potential difference? Now, very best question. Somebody even still they are thinking that conductor must be equipotential. In electrostatics, it is. In electrostatics, that particular condition, that net field inside the conductor due to static charge is 0. But you might now counterattack me, sir. You only said no field will exist due to static charges, no field. Due to dynamic charges, what is the state of electrons here? They'll be under displacement, they'll be having velocity. So the electric field will be non-zero. Why though that electrons are moving? Because of the electric field setup. How the electric field here? So I can tell that the electric field here will be in this direction. Definitely, can you say anything about potential difference? S delta V1, delta V equal to E into dr. How to bring E? We don't know E. This is EMF. Huh? Don't get confused with this. I'm capital E and this symbol are different. This is the EMF of cell. This is the EMF of cell. This is what electric field inside the conductor. Then can we calculate potential difference between 1 to S dV equal to E into dr? But we don't know E, how to bring. So we have formula J equal to, we know J. J equal to what? Like E by rho. So what is the electric field? S electric field also will vary. Then you calculate potential difference. Then whatever the power dissipated in two identical, two thin shells, I'll assume cylindrical shells, power dissipated. So any of the quantities, they can compare you. In every numerical, you must focus on current density, electric field, potential difference, and the disk speed. Got the method? Okay, we'll take the next one. This is the axis of conductor. The current density of material. The radius of this be A. The current density which is flowing here, J equal to J naught R. Let me define the question properly. J naught R square, right? The potential difference across the element, positive, negative. The current density will vary normal to the axis. So let A be the radius, no? So it will vary along R. So what is R? R is the distance like this. R is measured normal to the axis. So the ends of the conductor are at a potential difference V. A cylindrical conductor, a cylindrical conductor of radius A and length L with current density varies normal to axis as J equal to J naught R square. Let V be the PD across the cylinder. So we have to calculate the resistance of the conductor. Find resistance of cylinder. Okay, what to do now? So means the current density is what happen will vary along normal to the axis, that one. So this is the axis. So nothing but shall I put like I connected it. So if you are getting confusion, no? So you can bring one cell and here there's a direction of J. I'll better bring it here. So here, if you want, you can bring a cell. Huh? The cell will be connected here like this. And here, what when in this material, the current density will vary along the radius. Perpendicular to the axis, it will vary. Where R is measured, perpendicular to the axis. This idea of current density, I told you, very important in calculation of resistance. Of course, in our numericals, we didn't show much importance. Here in this problem, you can see that the J what happened matters a lot here. How what elemental structure you should assume. That's what here trouble. What elemental structure you should assume. You assume thin cylindrical sheets. Then different cylindrical sheets, there are different radii. Then what all the current that enters here. So shall I say it will branch, no? It will branch. The current open here, it branches into different cylindrical sheets. So how all the sheets are, they're parallel. No? The sheets are, they're parallel, that one. So here I'll assume a sheet. So first we'll define the resistance of that particular sheet here. So let R be the radius of that. Already it's indicated here. So current density is not normal to this sheet. Will be along this surface of the sheet. So everywhere here, the current will be flowing into this one here. On the surface of sheet, the current will be flowing. I think I can't show the diagram. Only you're supposed to assume like this. So like this, you assume another sheet. Then what happened to current in those two sheets will come and branch, no? So therefore these sheets, the cylindrical sheets, no, or the cylindrical shells are parallel. So this, what is the assumption now? Thin cylindrical shell. So if you assume two thin cylindrical shells, what will be the current in them? Will branch out. So therefore all those cylindrical shells of varying radii, they are parallel. So first we'll define what is the resistance of this. dr is equal to. But we don't know anything about the resistivity. No? So I'll do one thing. I'll take help of J equal to E by rho. So what is J equal to? J equal to J naught R square. E by rho, that one. So further, what is E? The value of E, let me substitute here only. 1 by rho. E is what? Potential difference per unit length or potential difference by length. So finally, what is rho is equal to? Rho is equal to V J naught L R square. This will be the value of rho. So let me define now the resistance of the thin cylindrical shell. So dr is equal to rho. So how this will be the thickness dr. What is the effective area? The effective area should be 2 pi r into L. Value of rho will be V J naught L R square 2 pi RL dr. So this everything will end up dr is equal to potential difference V 2 pi J naught L R to power of minus R dr. Zero to A, let me take it. Is it justified, anybody? Really, it's somehow I just made you to enter into the problem. Is it justified this? As a teacher, really, I want to make you think here. That's why I just brought equation, because there's a common routine way of integrating things. No, look at the shells. If you assume two thin cylindrical shells, how they're parallel. No, so what is the effective resistance when they're parallel? 1 by R dr. It should be 1 by R dr. I think this particular problem you came across where it was there in this one, thermal conduction. There, since the idea of the series parallel, you didn't add much, no? That's why maybe the teacher might have not discussed.
Sir, can we also use J equal to I by A and then integrate for I?
You just wait for answer, see. Then you analyze your method. So what is the effective resistance? 1 by R should be equal to 1 by dr. And there's a lot of difference there writing this equation. Why I should do like this here? Because the current here what happen will branch out. So don't show J like this. That'll become previous problem. In the end, you can analyze your answers. Because again, I have to explain the total problem. Nothing but let me continue here. So what is dr now? So now here I'll substitute it. This should be, why I should do like this? Because all the cylindrical sheets, cylindrical shells, they are in parallel, no? So what is the effective resistance? 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. That I'm integrating. So here you substitute now. Rho, this should be dr equal to rho dr.
Sir, L, sir.
What happened?
Capital L. Rho L. Along the axis, we should take the length now.
Oh, okay. So sorry, this one. Yeah. You are saying capital L?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. That will be rho into the current will flow here. So length rho L. This is okay. I brought it here. This one, and what should be this one? Rho L E. So what is area? 2 pi R dr. The dr I could have shown here. I just shown it here. So this will become, so after substituting this, so I'll send it to numerator 2 pi R dr. And this will be, what is the value of rho? Rho will be V J naught L R square, this L. I'll scroll down. So this will become 1 by R. So 2 pi J naught L V. This will be there as it is. L will cancel out. So this will be R cube dr. What should be the limit? A to, so 0 to A. So 2 pi j naught v. So this will be r to power of 4 by 4, 0 to e. So r will become equal to 4v by 2 pi j naught e to power of 4. Nothing wrong. You do one thing. Sir, I'll just proceed in this way here. R, rho, L. You do that one. Somehow what when you'll end up with infinity. So it's very sure that there don't be any conductor which will have infinite precision. So something our mathematical assumption went wrong. There's a one cross check is what you can keep in mind. Okay, this will be 2v. You can talk about here drift velocity. Anything about the drift velocity? How the actually electrons will move, you know. The electrons will move parallel to the axis here. J equal to J naught R squared. So you assume a structure like this. You assume a disk. But in that disk, what happens at different points, the electrons what happen, they're having different current density. They'll have different disk speed. So shall I just trouble you now with this one? Okay, what about the disk speed of these two electrons? Anybody? Will be same or different? At 0.192, what about the disk speed? Current density is directly, disk speed is directly proportional to current density, no? So what is the current density at 1? Will be less. As you move away, normal to the axis, it increases, no? So the disk speed at 2 will be more than 1. Got the idea? This one? I'll display complete diagram. Now, this regarding this speed, you every numerical try to put effort. Huh? Okay, like this, the current density will be variable. So you just pick up problems of this different kind, that one. Okay, let's take some other shaped one. Completed, I'll move to the next part of the problem. Okay, after getting this, so let's take some shaped conductor. I'll pick up a conductor. This is arc. Okay. Inner radii. Okay, this is some rough diagram I'm giving. So let me define the axis here. There are somebody please mute. This along radial direction, this along the E cap, this will be along Z axis. Or XYZ also, there's a radial direction, not XYZ. So there's along tangential direction. So theta, you write it. We'll measure angle, no? It should be radius A. So let this be the H. No, let rho be the restrictive of this one. So this is what, like, you can see, like it's a some conducting strip, quarter circular strip of inner area A, outer area B. The thickness of this is H. If you can assume the diagram, it will be very easy for you. I'll just ask you find the resistance along R cap, along Z cap, along theta cap. A quarter circular strip of inner area A and outer area B, thickness H. Is as shown. Find resistance along R cap, Z cap, and theta cap. Three directions are there. We have to find out here. So you try to assume that a particular cell is connected along R cap. Along R cap means how do I connect cell? First we'll go for RZ. Find RZ, R theta, R cap, will write it, and RZ, R theta. So what do you mean by RZ? So how you are going to connect a you're going to connect a cell between upper and the lower part. So that I'll help you with the diagram. So at least you can manage. Let me copy this first. Okay, no, I brought the diagram back. Okay, look at the diagram, make and analyze it. First thing is what? A cell is connected. You have to find out the resistance RZ. What do you mean by that? I'm going to bring a cell like this. A cell will be connected. Is it okay? No? So these are the terminal points. I'm showing it. I think more than this, I may not help you. Okay, now get into the diagram. So how the current will flow along Z axis. So therefore, what is the resistance of this strip? Directly, can we write anything? The resistance RZ is equal to, first case, the RZ should be equal to rho. What is the thickness? So how the current density? Current density will be flowing here. So I think I can just show only this much. J. Every problem you should be very particular about the J. The J, how it will be now? Along Z axis. So the arrow will indicate the direction of flow of current. Now rho into rho L by A. So how that L, what is L here, will become H. Then what is the area? What is the area? What is the area which will be directed normal to the current density? Shall I write this is pi B square minus pi A square by 4. Okay, got this now. Come for the second part. You have to calculate R cap. R cap means where we are going to connect a cell. The cell will be connected across this strip and this strip. So your current density will be flowing in this direction. So at least I'm able to show with that pointer will flow normal to that this surface. Along Z axis will be flowing current density. Okay, next second part, R cap. So I'm going to connect cell across this strip and this particular strip. Okay, no, draw the diagram. Meanwhile, I'll take one more copy of this. Come for second diagram. Try to see that second diagram. So where the cell I should bring, the cell will be connected here to the other surface. So inside it will be should be like this. No, not on the board, to the other edge, that one. So you can call this as the edge. Now what you have to assume here now? First of all, what is the biggest problem is to get the direction of current density. How the current will flow, at least you can look at the diagram and check it. It will flow along R cap, no? It will flow along the vector R cap. The current will flow along the vector R cap. So in the diagram only, can we show it exactly the J cap here? The J bar here. Those who are in mobile now, you can magnify it the diagram. So look at the J bar or here, radially outward. I'm showing it 2-3 places. Now come for this one. So what is the resistance, how you have to calculate here? No? So B minus rho, B minus A, is it problem solved?
No, sir.
No, here. Actually, the thing is, you have to assume a strip now. I'll bring one strip. Or still, sir, what actually you're doing, we are not getting. So you can assume a. So this will be the thickness dr. This is h. So how the current will be directed normal to this. Got the idea, no? So this should be the. So what is that blue color one? So here is that blue color one. And the yellow color will be this one. So at least please try to. At least I'm taking help of the colors. At least through these colors, you should able to analyze what is the diagram. Sir, like there, it was very thin yellow color strip. You made it large. I think I just magnify the diagram. Okay, let's come for what is it? This R. Let me define. This is R. So this is what the O. From O is what I'm defining R. Now let's write the resistance. dr is equal to rho into what should be the value? L in place of L, it should be dr, no? By area. What should be the area? Look at the J bar. Look at the J bar, that one. So 2 pi r by 4, no? So pi r by 2. Pi r by 2. This yellow color is what? Shall we take this area? This, what is this length will be? Pi r into this will be h. Why pi r by 2? 2 pi r by 4. Quarter one, no? So what is this total angle? Total angle, this should be the 90 degrees. Quarter circle, this will be. So now go for simplification. Rho 2 rho pi h dr by r. Log of b by a. The strips like this, you may get very good questions are there. Even in Pathfinder also you check it. No, very challenging. Some few questions are there. That current density idea is what very important. So the other one, will you work out? Other one, I'll leave it to r theta. So you are going to connect a cell like this. To try the other one. I'll discuss one more small concept. Right. So let's come for some few small problems. What we learned, series parallel one. So there is a 2 ohm, 3 ohm. There's a wire. Equal to, let it be 4 volt. So I want the current through the wire AB. Find current through the wire AB. What has to be done? No. He's asking the current to the wire AB. No, till now we didn't add anything like this. We were talking about only current to the resistor. I'm asking how much of current flow through the wire AB. You can assume loop currents I1, I2, I3, solve them. Or you can start with the branch current. So let the main branch current, here let it be I. Here this is I1. Let this be I2. Let the current flowing through this branch, let it be I3. Then how much here it will be? I1 minus I3. Then how much of current? I2 plus I3. Then applying KCL, we'll get back the current I. How many unknowns are there? I1, I2, I, and I3. 4 equations, 4 unknowns. Solving that, we'll get the required answer. Or if you want to eliminate this I, no, so you can call this as I1 plus I2. So why to bring more equations? How many unknowns are there? 3 unknowns, 3 equations. Solving, we'll get the required answer. So there's a one branch current method, it is called as. I'm applying KCL. The current at this particular point will branch out. So why I1, I2? It can be anything. I don't know how much I1, I2 is. So I'll just divide the current. So here the current that leave the positive terminal of cell I1 plus I2. Here it will branch out I1, this I2. Let the current through the wire AB, let it be I3. So here I1 minus I3, here I2 plus I3. Then I1 plus I2. How much of current leaves positive terminal? That much should enter negative terminal. Okay, write KVL equation. So where current enters, that terminal should be positive. This will be negative. So write the KVL equation. Plus 4 minus 2I1 minus I1, I3 equal to 0. What is the path? The path I picked up like this. Plus 4 minus 2I1 minus of I1 minus I3 equal to 0. Let me go for another path. Plus 4 minus 3I2 minus 4 I2 plus I3 equal to 0. So what is the path? The path is like this. Plus 4 minus 3I2 minus 4 I2 plus I3 all set equal to 0. Okay, let's write one more equation. Now you take this loop, you go around this loop. You go around this loop, or you can try this loop. Anything, no? You can try even this loop also. So I'll just go around this loop only here. So this should be equal to minus of 2I1 plus 3I2 equal to 0. So what is the path? The path I just picked up here. Minus 2I1 plus 3I2 equal to 0. Or if you want, you can go like this. Minus 2I1 minus I1, I3 plus 4I2 plus I3 plus 3I2 equals 0. Solve with anything that one. So 3 equations, you know, solving, we'll get expression for I3. That I3 is what? Current through the wire AB. This you have to solve it. Some small questions are there which will trouble you a lot here. How come wires are the same KCL or KVL which we are going to apply it? There's one more regarding the KCL. This is regarding cell. What happened? The basic concept of cell is what they're trying to explain here very clearly. Let this be 4 volt, 2 ohm. 2 volt, 1 ohm. Now I want the current through the cell which is connected across AB. How much of current will flow through this branch AB? This current has to be determined. What is the cell? Charge of a cell must be conserved. I am putting something. Here it will be 0. The charge of a cell must be conserved. What charge enters positive terminal? That much of charge what charge leaves positive terminal? That much of charge should enter the negative terminal. Charge of a cell is conserved because conservation of charge principle. So some SURMA is, I think, is somewhere in the corner he has put it. Battery, the cell is a device which will obey law of conservation of charge principle. Is in every problem that what happened. What current leaves positive terminal, that much of current will enter negative terminal. So here the current here will flow like this: I1, I1. It will not branch. It should not branch. Because what current left positive terminal, that much should enter. Similarly here, no need to solve, but by just analyzing only we can put like this. Okay, look at this now current. The current I2 will leave positive terminal here. Here it is entering negative terminal of 3 volt and it will leave the same current. Again, the same current should enter, no? So don't branch it here. But sir, you are given a branch. Yes. But when you are branching a current, you have to see what the charge of a cell must be conserved. That particular rule, what you have to follow it. Similarly, same thing here. So what is the current through this branch AB? 0, no? No current in this branch. Okay, now after this, some equiresistance one. So let this be the resistance R, 2R, 5R, 6R. I want the resistance AB. So what is this? This is a conducting ring. I'll call iron ring. So we have to find out the resistance RAB. We are discussing problem of about the equipotential points. So AB, no. So let me give the terminal some name. Let this terminal be C. Let this terminal be D. Let this be E. It is there in SURM also. Now look at the BCDE. It's a conductor, no? So the potential of all this will be same. VB equal to VC equal to VD equal to V. Then what you should do, make them common point, all. A, B, C, D, E, all they'll be at here. Now what is the resistance connected across A and B? R, so connect it now. Across AC, across AD, across AE. So all this, they're parallel, no? So what is 1 by RAB?
15R by 28.
So something it will be of calculation. Huh? This is called like a equipotential one, equipotential method. So whenever two resistors are joined by a wire, then what you should do, both ends you make it common point. There's a common point, equipotential concept. Now we do have a few more. I'll discuss them also. There's a conducting wire. It is joined. I'll remove this resistor. Yeah. We have to calculate effective resistance RAB. These are wire. Iron wire. So the immediately what happened? you give some name to them. So let this be 1 or P1, P2, and P3. Now let's come for that. A and P2 are at same potential. So what we needed? We needed effective resistance between A and B. Let me keep like this. A and P2 are at same potential. So A, you also write P2. Then B is dead. So P1, P3. There's a P1. And this P3 is what happened near to P2. Keep it like this. Now these are the points. So between A and B, there's no resistance are there. Between A and P1, there's a resistance is there. So first start with this resistance. This is R. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll change. This is 4R so that it'll be easy for you. You can notice all 4 different resistors are there. Between A and P1 is R. Keep it R. And then between P1, P2, the resistance 3R. So between P1, P2, the resistance 3R. Between P2 and P3, there's a one resistance 4R. Between P2 and the B, there's a resistance 2R. So what is being asked now? The resistance AB, no? Say there's no other way. You have to draw the diagram. You have to draw the diagram. You have to redraw it. Change the shape of it. All those points, P1, P3 equipotential. Okay, this one, yeah.
So 2R is between P3 and B.
Oh, this one, P1, P3. Between P1, P3, a wire is there, no? Okay, will come that one. So P2 and P3, a resistance 4R will come. Okay, this will be the resistance 4R.
Sir, 2R should come between B and P3, no, sir?
No, I'll check one by one. So between A and P1, R is there. Between A and P1, R is there. Between P1, P2, 3R. Between P1, P2, 3R. That is over. Between P2, P3, a resistance 4R. P2, P3, resistance 4R. P2, P3, resistance 4R. Okay, fine. Between B and P2, between B and P3, no? B and P3. P2, P3. Between B and P3, it is 2R. So what is asking? Across A and B means you're connecting a cell across A and B. So these 3 are in parallel, that effective is in series. So they should be equal to RAB should be equal to one by R plus 1 by 3R plus 1 by 4R plus 2R. Anybody value RAB?
50R by 19.
50R by 19. Some small tricky problems are there. So no big anything. So this called equipotential. Whenever you see a wire in a circuit, all the points which are connected to wire, you make them as common point and redraw this circuit. It may appear simple series parallel.